Hello everyone and welcome to this session of programming with Java. In this session we are going to see what do we mean by strings in Java. So let's look at the objectives of today's session. We will start by understanding what do we mean by strings. Afterward we will see how do we create a string in Java. Afterward we will see how can we find the length of a string, and afterward we will see how can we perform the concatenation operation. So what do we mean by string? Strings are basically the sequence of characters that represent words, sentences or text. So for example, if I say hello world, so hello world is an example of a string because it is representing a text value. String in Java are declared by using the double quotes. The strings can also be declared or can also be initiated by using the characters which are defined in any character array. Now if you remember our data type session, characters were the Unicode character that represented a single character, and they were defined using the single quotation mark. So if we have an array of different characters and we want to make a string out of those characters, then we can also do it. Strings are immutable in nature. What does immutability means? Immutability means that once the string is defined within a variable, then any character of the string cannot be compromised, or that string cannot be reassigned or rechanged. Now let's see how can we create a string in Java. To create a string we have basically two methods. As we described earlier, we can create a string by initializing from it a character array, and the second method is by using the double quotation method. So let's explore them one by one. The first method is of the character array initialization. We first create a character array and store the different Unicode characters in them, in which the different characters are separated by commas, and afterward by using the string keyword we first write the string, afterward the name of the string, afterward we use the new operator followed by the string keyword again and the name of the array from which we want to initialize our string. Now at currently it may not make any sense, but let's head over to Eclipse Java and understand what do we mean by this in detail. So let's say we have a character array. So how can we create a character array? We will first write the char keyword followed by the name of our character array. Let's say it is A, and since it is an array we use the bracket notation followed by the assignment sign, and afterward we will create a block using the curly braces, and within this curly brace we have to define our different Unicode characters. Now let's say we want to define a name John. Now John is made up of 4 different Unicode characters, namely J, O, H and N. So how will we do it? We will define the 4 characters with the single quotation marks, and each of those characters will be separated by commas. So J, O, H and N. So these are the 4 different characters in our character array A. Now if we want to initialize a string from this, then we will first write the string keyword, that is string, followed by the name of our string, let's say it is S, followed by the new keyword, followed by the string keyword again, and afterward the parentheses, and within the parentheses we have to write the name of the array from which we are importing our different characters. So it is A in our case because A is the character array, so we will write A within the parentheses, and afterward we will use the semicolon sign to end our statement. Now we can print this string by using the system class. So we will write system dot out using the println method, and within the parentheses the string which is S in our case, and afterward using the semicolon sign to end the statement. And if we will run this, we will get John in the output. So this is how we create or initialize a string by the character array. The second method of creating a string is using the double quotation mark. So we will first write the string keyword followed by the name of our string, and afterward we will write the string itself. So for example, let's say we want to create a string hello world. So let's remove all of it. So if we want to create a string hello world, we will first write the keyword that is string, and let's say our string name is s, followed by string in the double quotation mark. Now the string we want to define is the hello world, so we will write hello world within the double quotation mark and followed by semicolon at the end to terminate the statement. And after it we will write system dot out to use the print ln method, so we can print our output, followed by the semicolon sign, and if we will run it again we will get hello world in the output as a result. So this is the two method how by which we create or initialize a string in Java. Now let's see how can we find the length of a string. We can find the length of a string by using the length method. The general syntax of length method is first we write the name of our string followed by dot length and the open and close parentheses. So if we want to find out the length of this string s, then and we want to print it out on our screen, so we will again use the system dot out class to use the println function or println method, and within the parentheses of the println we will write s, that is name of our string, followed by the dot sign, followed by the length method which is length followed by the open and close parentheses. So if we will run this again, then we will get 11 in the output because there are 11 different characters which are making up our string hello world. So this is how we can find the different length of our string. The last topic we are going to see in this session is the string concatenation. The string concatenation basically refers to addition of two strings. So let's say for example let's say we have a two string. Let's remove all of this, and we have another string such that it is equals to the name of anyone, let's say John. Now if we want to add both of these string a and s, then we can do that by using the concatenation operator. So we will first write system dot out to use the println, and within parentheses we can either add first the string itself. So we will write hello world within the double quotation mark. Afterward we will use the addition or concatenation operator, followed by another string defined in the double quotation mark, and afterward the semicolon to terminate our statement. And if we will run this, we will get output hello world John. So as you can clearly see, the Java has added these two strings within the println method itself. Now we can also use the variable in which these strings are stored. So since hello world is stored in the s string, John is stored in the a string, so we can combine them also. So if we replace these strings by the name of the variable in which they are stored, so let's say s plus a, and run our program again, we will get the same output, that is hello world John. So this is also how can we perform the concatenation operation in Java string. So let's look at the summary of our session. Strings are sequence of characters. They are declared using the string keyword. They are immutable in nature. They can be initialized from the character array. Length method is used to find the length of our string, and strings can be concatenated using the plus operator. So that's all for this session. In the next session, we will see other concepts of Java in detail.